Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of the Weekly Whatever, our weekly show where we talk about whatever we want. I'm Chris,
And I'm Brad.
and we are bringing you Survivor Season 31, Episode 10.
So close. Season 32.
Is it 32?
It's 32. 32.
That is ridiculous.
Yeah,
Oh,
but it,
yeah.
yeah,
I was assuming that the
nice.
awesome one was 30 because it just makes sense, but
Yeah,
it wasn't.
but it wasn't.
It wasn't.
No, but you're right. It was episode 10 that we watched.
It's
We
half right.
nailed that part. Um, and we're gonna break down everything that happened in that episode. But before we do, hit the buttons below the video that make the numbers go up, and we would appreciate that because I don't know, then they're bigger.
Yeah. Bigger is better.
Yes,
Well, I mean, not for Scott. He went
it's
home.
true.
He was bigger.
He was bigger. Ty was a lot smaller than he was.
True.
Let's talk about this. Scott's gone.
Yeah, he had a rough time. Last week he was the antagonist, and this week he goes home.
Yeah.
I thoroughly enjoyed that aspect of this week's episode. Other aspects were more irritating because of the complete lack of strategy, but still, it felt good.
Yeah. I was Scott as a character. I'm okay losing. The reason that we lost him, I think, is frustrating, for me personally. But I certainly don't rejoice it as much as most people did. But it was a really good moment, for sure.
Yeah,
Good. It's a good TV moment.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. So let's talk about Ty. Ty refused to use the super idol in combination with Scott, who was holding Jason's
and
idol.
possibly the most entertaining moment of this season, where he's just like, "No, what? No."
That's bang on. Yeah. You're right. Yeah. I think it's going to be tough to top that moment.
Yeah,
And that's one of these moments in Survivor that is really going to live on, even though this season will not do so well in the memories of fans. I think this is very similar to Fiji season 14, I want to say. And that's with Yao Man, his first season.
hmm
And he gives a guy Dreams a car. Dreams needs a car. Yao Man won a car. He gives him a car with the requirement that should Dreams win immunity at final 4 or 5, 4, I think 4, he has to give Yao Man that immunity.
seriously,
Seriously.
that
Dr-
happened.
yes. Dreams wins immunity and does not give it to Yao Man, and Yao Man gets
Oh,
voted out. And there's
did he
like,
did he get to keep the car?
yeah, it was Yao Man's car to give. He's like, yeah, you can keep it. Yao Man's a cool dude. But I think like a moment like that, and there was one more I had. I don't remember what it was, what it is now. But just these moments where there's a really big thing at Tribal that somebody can pay forward and nobody does, or whoever it is does. And I think that at least that will come out of this season, which is something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so one thing we should mention is everything that we said in last week's episode was completely incorrect. And if you did not tune into this week's episode because we told you you shouldn't, you're dumb.
Please come back.
Yeah.
We miss you.
You should keep watching the show.
Yeah, we didn't mean what we said. Just come back. Yeah. We were completely off.
Yeah.
If you
We really underestimated the intellectual quotient of some of the people playing this game.
yeah, or I mean, at least in Ty's case, I think he was totally aware of the situation, but he just didn't. He just
Yeah.
didn't make the right game decision. If you missed last week's episode, I do not know why. I assume you were trapped in a cave somewhere. Welcome back.
I hope you're okay.
Yeah. Like okay. I was gonna keep going, but I didn't know where to take that. That was really genuine.
Yeah.
We said that all Julia had to do to win the game was go with the guys. They have the Super Idol at Final 8. Use the Super Idol. It's Final 7. It's 4 against 3. You ride it to the end. They have to get rid of Ty before Julia. Julia's in the Final 3. Julia wins the game.
Easy
Easy.
peasy.
Easy. $1 million richer. She's 19 or whatever the hell she is.
Yes.
Crazy. Instead, Julia thought it would be a good idea to target Ty because he has an idol. He's in your alliance, so I don't know why you do that, but fuck it, let's do it. Ty thought it was a good decision to, after outlining to the audience, my brain is telling me to stick with Jason and Scott. Or I could go with the other people. And then he goes with the other people.
Be a good guy.
Be a good guy. Oh, man. That one hurt.
Going from a top 5 or top 4 to a top 7, top 6.
Yeah. He literally went from, I mean, maybe they get rid of Julie and then Jason. Maybe he still gets 5. But, I mean, there's no way he gets further than that. And with the guys, at least he had a chance at making 4. And maybe 3. Maybe he can win out.
He could have gone totally crazy with the immunity. Yeah.
Yeah.
He could have gone on a run.
I mean, if you think about the challenges that he's won, it was against Aubrey in an endurance challenge. That was a long endurance challenge. And there was the one against Sydney. Long endurance challenge. Exactly, yeah. You'll notice Scott and Jason are fucking nowhere to be seen in those challenges. Now, Jason did just win a challenge.
Yeah,
but, I mean, come on. Like, I think it makes no strategic sense for Ty to ever go against the guys here.
Yeah. It was a mistake. Big mistake. And at the end of this episode, though, we're saying a lot of stuff about how he's screwed, but he walks away with an advantage in the game.
And an idol.
And an idol.
Yeah.
So he's still sitting pretty.
Yeah. That's actually a good point.
Yeah, we should outline that his reward was an advantage, which allows him to use an extra vote anytime before Final 5. And it's not a steal, that's just a free vote.
Yes. That's the evolution that Survivor made from 31 and 32. They had the vision of what's 32 gonna look like even before they had shot 31. So that's what they started with, and then for 31 they scaled it back into a steal, which is interesting, and I haven't really put much thought into that. I just kind of put that together now. But you're right. He does walk away with 2 very big tools, the only tools left in the game.
Yeah.
So
you gotta wonder if idols are gonna start getting recycled in, because both idols have not been played, but just kind of
taken out,
disappeared from the game in people's pockets.
Yeah. Oh, so brutal that Scott walks out of there with Jason's idol. Yeah. Jason's sitting in tribal council. Oh, that's got to be so frustrating.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did that even register to you until Scott was doing his final words and he's like, well, I have this idol now. Oops.
I don't think it did until he said it. Yeah. But that's brutal.
Like, oh, that's so brutal. That's tough. That one bums me out.
Is there any precedent for people walking out with an idol in their pocket to try and give it to someone as they're leaving?
I don't think you can. I think at that point it's too late. Yeah. I think once Jeff has said, like, once the votes are read, I think the idols can't be changing hands. Because then, I mean, then it's a little cheap.
I guess.
Yeah. I think that's the case.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So, but then is that the same with Neil being medevaced, and maybe that's why he didn't give it to her?
No, I think he still can. That's a good point because they're very similar, but he's not. But Jeff never says, like, if you have an idol or whatever he said. How do I not even know what he says?
You have a hidden immunity idol. Now is the time to play it.
Now would be the time to do so.
Something like that.
Okay. Wow. That's embarrassing. I think because he never says anything like that with a medevac, that it's still live and everything can move around still. I think, but
Mm,
that's actually really interesting because they're very similar.
yeah.
Huh. But he definitely can, and there's been situations where I believe he can pass it on. People typically don't. Colton didn't, but I don't know. Some nice company for Neil to be in there. People that didn't pass on the idols. Um, all right, so I didn't really think about Ty having the advantage and the only idol. That shook you? That
No, I just like I couldn't remember who. I didn't immediately know who he was, but the name itself just inspired this deep hatred. I was like, I hate. Who is that? I fucking hate him though. But now I remember who he is.
yeah, you still hate him.
Yeah.
Yeah. um, so okay, what is this? Where is Ty now? I guess is where I want to go because does he now stick with Aubrey, and is he part of the Aubrey Sydney alliance and
I think he
Joe?
has to be.
Because I mean, he's not going to go back with Jason and Julia because they want to kill him.
Yeah.
Um, I guess he has to go with them, and he has
hmm
these tools. Is there any scenario where he can actually get ahead of where he's destined to finish? Um,
It's basically using, challenge immunity idols to extend the tools that he has and just kind of eking his way by vote after
right,
vote.
right,
I don't think there's really an alliance that he can find his way in that would be tighter
yeah,
to bring him to like beyond Final Four or anything like that.
yeah.
So,
If he can get through this vote, the final seven vote, with both advantages, both the idol and the actual advantage, the second vote,
yeah,
then he's at final six. If he finds another two people and makes it a 3 against 3, he has an extra vote. So then it's a 4 on 3. Then he moves on. If he's smart enough to see this, I probably not. But um, then he has an idol at final five. Last time he can play it, plays it anyway. So he could find himself in final four if he can sneak through this one
yeah.
potentially. Yeah,
It takes some doing.
yeah. Are we looking at Joe in the finals now? Scott's gone.
Oh God.
Is Joe a finalist?
Uh, I guess.
I mean, why would you take him out?
Yeah, he's a goat. He's a sad goat though.
Yeah, it's not a fun
I
goat.
don't. I mean, goats where they're a goat because they just didn't play. That's just kind of a bummer.
Yeah.
Like a
He,
goat who was an asshole is one thing,
yeah.
but
Yeah, he literally just didn't die. That's his claim.
congrats on not being medevac.
Yeah, right? Which, hey, I mean, some success, that other people much younger did not have, but
It's true.
yeah, that's pretty brutal. Here's a question. Is
Yeah,
Jason a goat?
I don't think anyone's gonna use him as a goat because he might be reviled, but he still was playing the game really hard. And you got to be scared of him doing two things in Final Tribal. You know, just being really well spoken and outlining his resume clearly, and people who know about his family already. That could pull on some heartstrings.
Right.
So
You're probably right. And he would have Scott and Nick on
Nick,
the jury. That's two
yeah,
already. And maybe Julia if she's not there, which she
yeah,
won't be because she fucked it all up. Um, if Julia if Julia doesn't target Ty, does anything change? And I don't remember the episode perfectly, but does Aubrey and all those people, wasn't it Julia's plan that they all were going to put votes on Ty and then also Scott and then all that shit fell apart? Like,
Hmm.
wasn't that his idea or her idea?
Her idea.
Yeah, I'm getting the idiots mixed up.
Yeah, I don't even know anymore. I thought Aubrey was focused on Ty. I mean, who
Yes.
else in her alliance? I mean, Sydney. What did Sydney want to do? Sydney wanted to vote Julia.
Did she?
People were pretty ready to vote for Julia for a while there, right?
Right. She didn't get any votes though.
No, that was very early on.
Yeah.
And then they changed their mind and went
Yeah.
Scott.
I'm very okay. So the vote breakdown is 2 for Ty, 2 for Aubrey, and 4 for Scott.
Hmm.
So okay, then that changes my question entirely because Ty didn't even really get many votes. But okay, if they have a okay, if somehow Scott plays an idol for himself,
Yeah.
um, then it's a tie between Ty and Aubrey, and then they revote, and then Ty goes home. So like, how is this possible that they have this group of 4 people that is guaranteed to be in the final 4, and 2 of them are the ones that are eligible to go home? What the fuck happened?
It, well, Ty got swayed because, emotions.
Yes.
And Julia, I guess she was never really there to begin with, right? She was just kind of flopping, and now she's flopping back, and she
Right.
doesn't know what she wants. She doesn't know what she's doing. She's just kind of,
She has no idea what she's doing.
throwing votes around.
Yeah. I'm
So,
assuming she voted for Ty. I wish I knew who voted for who. Two people
Ty.
voted for Ty.
So it definitely would not be Aubrey or Sydney or Joe.
I guess not. Is that Michelle and Julia then?
Yes. Michelle. I always forget about Michelle.
Yeah,
We have
everyone
not uttered
does.
her name once
Well, what is she doing?
in either of the takes that we've done of this episode.
Shattered the veil. This one's way better. It's
Oh
fine.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, Jeff Probst compared her to Parvati. Apparently, I didn't hear it. I heard somebody say it on Rob S. podcast that he did that.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Parvati was playing the game, right? Okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure. And she
Yeah.
was like flirting with the guys and the girls, and she was really good in with everybody.
Social game.
Yeah.
Social game.
Okay. So she wasn't just like annoyed with every arrogant, assertive guy 24/7?
No,
No, okay.
not that.
Huh. I mean, Parvati was really good in challenges, and Michelle's won.
None.
No, nothing.
None.
None. She's won nothing.
Yeah, I think it was kind of a flop comparison.
Yeah. And this is after Jeff has seen the show. Like he was there. He's on the show. He knows what happens.
Maybe he was just, trying to give us a little ray of hope.
They're both girls.
Brown hair?
Maybe. Does Michelle have brown hair? I think she does. Yeah, Michelle. Is that what I said? I don't know what the fuck I said anymore. Anyway, I don't know why. That's a long tangent just to shit on Michelle. I'm not a fan this season. She annoys the hell out of me.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Where are we?
Now I'm kind of going through some old notes, and I seem to always have a note that's just like Ty blank. Ty, like last week, Ty is a little shit. This week, Ty is dumb. Before that, Ty voted for Jason. Like, why? Why did I vote for Jason 2 weeks ago?
Oh man.
He's just so many people in this game are just not. There's no consistency. There's no vision. It's just play it week by week. It's not voting blocks. It's just chaos.
Yeah. I don't know. This person was really annoying today. I don't know. Scott told me to pour water on the fire. Aubrey told me pouring water on the fire is bad. So this is decisions for like 3 straight weeks. That's so funny. Um, okay, what is the likelihood we see Ty play again? At this point in time, we don't know how he's going to do. We assume he's not going to be at the end. We almost for sure he's not the winner of the season. Do we see him come back?
Interesting point, and I feel like if they bring back Caleb, they'll probably try to bring back Ty at the same time, just because they had such weird, interesting chemistry.
Right.
So
But you couldn't
I
put.
hadn't really thought about him coming back, but
Yeah.
I could see him coming back with Caleb.
You couldn't put. Okay, actually, this could speak to my whole theory that Fans versus Favorites 3 will be in season 36. And it will. It could that way they could be at least be on the same tribe, because if you bring them both back on a normal season, you can't put them out on the same beach,
Yeah.
because then I mean they would just get targeted or whatever. It just wouldn't make sense.
Yeah.
So okay. I think I gotta think they bring him back. If he wants to play again, I think they'll play him every season. We could have like a Rupert situation going on.
Oh God.
Yeah. Let's bring back Rupert to play against Ty. Let's bring back Rudy and then put Joe out there and just have a battle of the 70. Although Rudy's like over 80 now.
Oh my God.
So maybe don't do that.
Not in a season like this.
Nope, that would be bad because dying is bad. Let's talk about the reward challenge.
Yeah, it was a really interesting one.
Yeah.
Basically this week, the castaways got to choose which one they wanted to play for. So they could either play to win love,
Yep.
or food, or
Yep.
an advantage.
Yes.
Yeah. I thought that was really clever.
Yeah. A really interesting way of doing that. Are you surprised that more people didn't play for advantage?
Yeah. Well, I mean, not with this group. So no.
That makes me sad. Yeah. I
was
honestly
surprised the Ty did.
I was I mean I guess. Ty's weird, man. He's like in a competition, he is a gamer. He goes there to play. And then he goes back to the beach and he's just totally spacing. He's like, "Don't kill that chicken. That's a fucking tree. Leave it alone. What am I doing, Aubrey?" And it's just like, but in a competition, I mean, that one didn't surprise me, to be honest. I was surprised that Jason and Scott did until I thought about it, and then I realized that makes sense. They're
They're
not.
so confident
They're
in where they
so
are,
yeah,
and they just want to eat.
they just want to eat, and then they didn't even eat. They didn't eat.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, Michelle won.
Michelle, she won food. There you go. She won a big ass burger.
Yeah.
Look out, Parvati. And Julia won love because 10 seconds into the challenge, Joe dropped his pot that they were balancing, and Julia won the love letters.
I just had a really random thought.
Great.
I was thinking back to, I don't even know what it was, Heidi and
Jenna.
And I was thinking, like, do you think a thing like that could happen in like season 32 of Survivor? Like, are we still in a place where Jeff would be like, "Yeah, if you take your top off, I'll give you some peanut butter"?
I think if somebody says to Jeff, I'll whip my boobs out if you give me some chocolate and peanut butter, I think Jeff would be just like, done.
Yeah.
I don't think Jeff would be like, no. Because it's good TV. It would be really good TV.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a fun season. If you need a season to go back and watch the Amazon. It's a good one.
Yeah. That was, yeah. I remember that season.
Yeah. It's one of my favorite seasons
Fondly.
for sure. Yeah. Fondly. What about like after the season?
A little bit
Still,
after.
yeah.
Yeah.
Woo! That was a random thought.
That was, yeah.
It was a very random thought. Oh man. This is gonna be our highest rated show.
Oh yeah.
Oh, hit the like button for chocolate and peanut butter.
Okay. Other points.
Yep. Steer us away.
Yeah.
Heading for some rocks. Drive the boat away.
I am out of points actually. We
Oh
covered-
God, we're crashing into the rocks.
Yes, the rocks. The rocks are upon us.
Yeah.
Next time on Survivor,
Yeah.
Julia and Jason. What kind of shot did they have at this point? Because their backs are kind of against the wall.
Yeah.
Other than leaving Ty in a pool of chicken's blood, like there's not much for them to do, right?
Well, the play would be, hey Ty, it's okay. We didn't like Scott. Scott was a dick. Like fuck Scott. Us
He
though.
led you down the wrong path.
Yeah. Us
We're
three.
gonna-
Yeah. Tight. That's the play. The precedent though is when someone betrays you, if you're Jason, you try and ruin camp. So it seems like he's going to try and kill Ty, and that might ruin camp.
Ruin camp.
Yeah, if they just like put Ty's head on a stick, might be a bit of a downer. People might not want to work with him. Yeah, I think Julia, I think, has a shot at making something. She has Michelle. Maybe there's something she can do there. She has relationships with the other side. Aubrey still wants her out because she recognizes that Julia is actually playing a good game.
Yeah.
Good game.
That's a good point, actually, because if Jason pulls back Ty somehow and she has Michelle, that's a 4.
Yeah. I don't see Jason being able to pull back Ty. But I do see Julia being able to ditch Jason. And maybe do something over there.
I wouldn't be so quick to discount Jason pulling Ty because he's been so mercurial. He's been all over the map. He's with them. He's against them. He's voting Jason. He's voting. It's everywhere. So
Vote Jason.
why did you vote Jason now?
I think it was because of the whole like Jason. He thought everyone knew about the super idol, and he kind of panicked.
And so he put Jason's
I think
name
he
down.
put Jason's name down. I don't remember. I remember that being like, "What are you doing?" Yeah. Maybe. I mean, it really is up to Ty, but Jason, I think, is going to burn his own bridges. He'll just be on an island by himself.
Exile Island.
Yeah, he's gonna exile himself. I'm actually really interested to see what, and maybe this could speak to him pulling Ty back, but I want to see what Jason looks like playing the game without Scott, because I really like I think they fed off of each other, and they were, both pushing each other towards worse things. I think Scott kind of led the charge on hiding shit and pouring water on the fire, and I think, that would push Jason forward. He's with that now. He's doing that.
It was very much like a testosterone feedback loop between even Ty as well.
Yes, exactly. I think I really want to see if Jason can build relationships, and maybe he can sneak through the cracks the way that Aubrey did for 2 weeks before she just bust down some walls this week.
Yeah.
I'm hoping. Come on. Redemption edit. Here he comes. He's gonna win. I can shave in like a month.
Dude.
It's so bad. Woo. All right.
Okay, you can just translate it into playoffs beard with pens,
Yeah.
right?
I'm never gonna shave. I'm never shaving again. It'll go until June.
Oh god.
Mid June, if they make the finals. It will be down to here, and that's just the mustache.
Oh.
It'll just. Yeah, no. As soon as Jason's out of the game, I'm busting out the razor.
That's good.
Ready to go. I'm looking forward to that part of it. Not so much for Jason to go home. I really thought this was going to be a good pick, and
it's turning out not bad.
he's still in the game.
Yeah.
I don't think he can win.
Maybe not.
No, he's gonna need something. He's gonna need to sit next to Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Him and Joe final 2. He could win.
he could maybe. Maybe depends on the jury. All right, I think that's all I have. Really.
Yeah, me too.
All right, I think we crushed it. We absolutely nailed it, as always. Fantastic
If you
episode.
agree, press all the buttons on your screen.
All of them.
All of them.
Hit the X last, but
Yeah.
hit the like first, just once, and then subscribe, unless you already did, and then don't click it again.
I know they did.
Okay, they clicked it already.
Yeah, they
You
did.
believe? All right, I respect that. Right into your soul. Okay, wow, that was a great ending to this episode. Fantastic, we nailed it. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you next week to recap episode 11 of season 32 of Survivor Kaoh Rong. Thanks for watching, guys.